What's up, you guys? Just wanted to make a really quick video to update everyone on Axelar. I made a video on the chart and some price action targets and things like that a couple days ago, and since then I just started to layer into it because, like I said, everything I do in these videos is just things that I do and my thoughts on the market, and I'm not really here to give out any financial advice, right? So I'm down here on a really lower time frame, and if you guys remember from the last video, my whole thesis was that we need to reclaim yearly open. That's like our very first step in reversing this downtrend that we've been in this entire time. Straight up downtrend, right? We had a little bit of an attempt here, but nope, we did not get a higher high. But even before that, I really just want to reclaim our yearly open. That's our first step for me. But since then, I started layering in. I basically use WeX to do all of my leverage trading. It's got a ton of liquidity. It lets you responsibly take really high leverage trades. I actually use multiple exchanges with multiple accounts. I don't just take all of my trades on one exchange or something like that. I like to spread things out just in case anything happens. We are in crypto for the risk, and that includes both the upside and the downside. So I just wanted to make that really clear. This is kind of just one of my accounts that I use to play around with really high leverage trades. I'm not taking huge positions, and this is definitely not a style of trading I recommend. I'm literally only doing this to show you guys how I'm trading with high leverage. I also have a spot bag of Axelar and a 5x leverage trade. First off, I don't advise any of you guys to take high leverage trades without learning how leverage works first. If you guys want me to make a video on that, definitely let me know. I will do that if enough of you guys want me to make that type of content. But leverage trading can be really risky because you can get liquidated. It's not like buying a spot position where if you buy a position for $100 and it goes down 50%, you have $50 left, right? But if you bought that same position with 2x leverage and it goes down 50%, your entire $100 is liquidated. So if you're on 2x leverage, a 50% drop will liquidate you. If you're on 4x leverage, a 25% drop in price will liquidate you. And again, please do some research if you guys are not familiar with this. For those of you who are, I think WeX still does a system where they do no maker or taker fees as long as you're buying through limit orders. So if you do like a regular market purchase, you'll be charged a normal amount of fees. But if you purchase through limit orders, I think it's either extremely minimal or none. Back to the contents of this video, I literally only have one purchase order so far. I took a high leverage trade and I took a lot of profits back up here. Since I am using 60x leverage over here, I'm really careful with how I snipe positions. This was a limit order down here. I didn't just like sit here waiting for the price to hit this target. No, I had kind of had a little thesis going on over here. Like, if we go back to the 15-minute chart of where I actually got this buy order, we had a sharp recovery out of here. We dipped down here, dipped down here. I saw that there was just like a lot of built up liquidity like right around here, right? So I figured we were just gonna like wick down and take that. Got it. And it's been on a pretty steady uptrend since there. If you guys are traders, you'll know this. If you haven't been trading on leverage as much, the whole idea of sniping a position like this is waiting, having extreme patience. If you're about to like go out on a hunt, you're not going to go around and just run around trying to find your prey. You could do that and you could possibly get results doing that. But on that analogy of that relation to hunting, the most skilled hunters will let their prey come to them. So it's all about a patience game. I'm not going to just start buying market orders over here unless I see some really good price action, right? But for my personal plan on scaling in and getting my next order in, I would probably wait for, you can see we're right around the 50% retracement right now, which is a pretty good area for a possible bounce up. And that is a play that I could take. If I do get an order in right now, I could basically ride this next wave up, take some profits, and buy back in at a lower price. But I want to keep my average entry price as low as I possibly can. So if I was to just treat this like a scalp trade, I would go with the first option. I would layer in a little more right now, sell a little higher up, and then buy back in at the dip that I really do think is going to happen at some point. I do think we'll probably retrace down to the 0.786 down here at the very least, because I'm not really treating Axelar as a scalp trade. I'm treating this more as a cycle term hold, because I'm not really focused on taking too much profit right now. That's why I'm not really trading with too much capital yet. But once we do get another dip into this region, possibly around Probably around the 0.59 point. Yeah, honestly, probably around this area right over here. 0.5750 to about a 0.5900. That's where I'm going to be placing my next buy order. And since I do think that we're at a pretty good point for a reversal, this is all relative to everything else going on in the market, all the other macros, right? I do think we're in for a decent relief rally at the very least. Hopefully we'll just reclaim our yearly open over here. And if I were to just, draw something out, range around here, break this market structure, move on up, hold that as support, and then moon on, right? But take it one step at a time. If you're taking scalp positions, I would probably go in for a much less leverage trade. Like I said, if you're playing around with leverage, you got to know what you're doing. I wouldn't take a 60x leverage trade at this area where it is right now. If you want to scale in with something at like 3 to 5x, it might be cool. If it was me personally scaling it at these levels, I would probably scale in at like 3 to 5% if anything. Always set your stop losses if you're trading on leverage. And yeah, I think that will do it for this video. I really just wanted to update you guys on price action a little bit. We're really close to that area. If we can just close another 2 or 3 daily candles above this, I'm gonna start layering in even if it doesn't hit my buy target down here. So take it a step at a time. I hope this helps you guys out. All right, you guys, so I was actually editing this video to post it today, but we've had some absolutely massive price action towards the downside over the last like 12 to 14 hours or so. So kind of wanted to just update this video really quick before I post it because so much has happened from when I even just recorded it. So there's been a ton of volatility to the downside over the last few hours, and I just finished editing the video, but I figured I had to make an update just because so much has happened. If you can see here, I left all of my drawings on from earlier, and it really looks like one of my scenarios could be playing out right here. When we were up here, I kind of warned you guys about possibly not taking a trade. If anything, taking a really low leverage trade or just buying on spot and holding, or some type of leverage with really tight stop loss. Either way, I explained that my whole thesis was that I was going to wait for prices to come down so I could buy in at higher leverage. And prices came shooting down a little bit lower than I even expected. But honestly, I'm just considering it as a bigger discount. So yeah, honestly, if we're to stop the bleeding right now, I do think we're in for a little bit of a relief rally. If we can use this as a good momentum to bounce back up, hold yearly open as our support line, and follow the old trend I was describing earlier, extremely bullish. But if the entire market just kind of keeps bleeding out, there's a pretty high possibility we'll visit this 0.46 area over here. So yeah, guys, please protect your downside if anything. If you're trading on leverage, please don't get liquidated. We are pretty damn close to the possibility of having a really strong bounce. So don't get shaken out, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know if you have any questions. Peace.